What's going on, everybody? This is Charles Beaton here with Beaton Brothers Property Experts out of beautiful Colorado Springs. And today, I'm probably going to make some people mad because today we're talking about the neighborhoods in Colorado Springs that I personally would not buy in, and more importantly, why. Now, before people lose their minds in the comment section, this is not me saying that these are bad neighborhoods. This is me more saying who should buy in these neighborhoods, who should avoid them, and the hidden things that nobody tells you about after you move in. Because if you're relocating to Colorado Springs or anywhere in El Paso County, especially if you're a military family, you can make a very expensive mistake by living in the wrong area. Section number 1, the biggest mistake that people make when moving to Colorado Springs is real simple. They look at the house and they're like, man, I like that house. And they don't pay attention to where the house is at. They buy based on the house, not based on the lifestyle that the house creates. And that is backwards. Kind of like my hat. But you can change the paint, you can change the flooring, you can change and you can remodel pretty much anything in a house. But what you cannot change is, number 1, your commute. Number 2, your neighbors. Number 3, the HOA. Number 4, the wind. Number 5, the traffic. Number 6, the hail exposure. Number 7, your Metro District fees. And number 8, the fact that you're 40 minutes away from anything. Section number 2, let's talk about the Falcon and Peyton area. Now, Falcon and Peyton are located on the very northeast side of El Paso County, just northeast of Colorado Springs. Now, before everybody gets angry when I say this, there are great communities. Just to name a few: Banning Lewis Ranch, Meridian Ranch, Woodmen Hills, Paintbrush Hills. There are lots of newer homes, and that's just naming a few. There's 100 communities out there just like that. Lots of newer homes, more square footage, better pricing. But here's why I personally would be careful buying out there. Here's personally why I would be careful buying out there. Number 1, the wind. Hence the fire. You can't see the mountains right now because there's a fire somewhere. And the wind is not your friend. And nobody tells you guys about this. Nobody does. I was shocked. It took me a year to figure it out. I was like, oh man, it's just a windy place here. And then it never stopped. Better half of a decade later, here we are. People who are relocating here to El Paso County need to understand that we are a high desert. As I sit right now, 7,400 feet. Same with Falcon and Peyton. They have high elevations. And I'll get to it later in the video, but there are no damn trees. There are 0 mature trees. Look at what I'm looking at right now. I mean, these trees are the biggest ones we have, and they're probably 20 feet. We just don't have any windbreak here. And being at such a high elevation, you have the winds coming right off the mountains. We have a extremely windy climate. So number 2, the trees, like I just talked about. 0 trees. Every tree that you see was planted at some point in time. And you can't just plant trees and say, oh man, this 5-foot tree 5 years later should be like 10 or 12 or 15 feet. They don't grow. I can tell you right now, these trees have been there for a few years and they're the exact same size that they were when they were planted. Nothing grows here. It's the soil, it's the wind, it's the lack of nutrition in the dirt or lack thereof dirt. Stuff just does not grow. And I personally have had myself and clients just replacing trees like they're going out of style because all of these nurseries and places that have trees say, yeah, we'll warranty it for a year. Well, then you swap it out 5 or 6 times in a row, 5 or 6 years, whatever it is. You kind of just get tired of it, and then you just start putting decorative rocks everywhere. Number 3, the commute can be brutal. I can tell you right now, this is a 1-lane road. It always has been. And then it turned into a 2-lane road on this side. And now it's a 4-lane road. They are really trying to keep up. I don't know who legalizes these developments, but it's crazy. They neighborhood first and they think about the roads later. Mark Scheffel on the east side has been under construction for what I think is like 5 years now. It was a 1-lane road. It was a dirt road over a decade ago. Like not that long. And now they're making it a 4-lane road. So your commute right now can be brutal. But like I said earlier, the further out you go, the further your dollar goes and the more house that you get. But your commute is going to get you back for it. And number 4 is going to be metro districts. You cannot find a new community without a metro district. What is a metro district? I will be making a YouTube video next week, HOA versus metro district. It's like, what is between a red apple and a green apple? One tastes better, it's green, and the other's red, but they're still both apples, right? They're very similar. I'll get into that later, but what I can tell you is metro districts. For example, Meridian Ranch, that metro district has been anywhere from $170 to $220 per month, but it includes your water, which in Colorado Springs, I think you get what you pay for, so it's not crazy, but you always have metro districts, and they have design committees for your landscaping. Everything needs to be approved. I live in a metro district. Where we're at right now is a metro district. Every single thing had to be submitted and approved by that metro district. And I will tell you what, a lot of the times when you buy in these communities, they withhold like a $5,000 deposit of your money from closing. And then you don't get that back until your landscaping's done. And I will tell you that I don't know who hand delivered our $5,000 back from Antarctica, but I'm pretty sure they walked and took a boat here the entire time, not even a bicycle. They took a long time to do it, so that is one of the drawbacks. Be wary of metro districts. They are a double-edged sword. I love my metro district because it keeps the community looking the way that it was when I purchased. But if you want to get anything done or you want to do anything outside of the box, good luck. A lot of buyers usually just forget this and they focus on purchase price. They don't worry about the taxes, but the metro districts are included in their taxes, and that's why they're a little bit more than any neighborhood without a HOA or a metro district. Spoiler alert, HOA not involved in taxes. Metro districts, literally all taxes. That's why they're higher. Okay, enough about beating on Peyton and Falcon, even though I may live out near there. I can tell you next, section number 3 is going to be downtown Colorado Springs and older homes. So now I'm going to pick on Manitou Springs, Colorado Springs, Old Colorado City, OCC, which actually used to be the capital of Colorado back in the day. Now, there are little pockets of these areas all over the downtown area. Some are southeast areas, but again, just like Peyton and Falcon, here, these are beautiful Victorian charmers, historic preservation homes that you can't touch the exterior. You won't find homes like this anywhere else in the county. But as you may have heard in my previous videos, older homes come with what? Older plumbing, sewer line issues, electrical problems, foundation settling and movement, no AC, knob and tube wiring, asbestos, polybutylene plumbing, weird additions done 40 years ago by Uncle Larry that are not permitted. And if you don't know what some of those things are, give us a call. We'll give you the rundown, because at the end of the day, if you buy these homes are built in the late 1800s, they're now your problem. And specifically, military buyers sometimes underestimate the maintenance cost because they don't have the luxury of being in these homes and looking at them. They're coming from all over the world and they can't physically see the homes. We do the best that we can during the inspection, and it's usually when the deal falls apart, but it is extremely important to know this. The cute 1950s home and 1875 home can be really cute, but then they become a money pit. Section number 4, heavy builder areas. Here's another one that people do not think about, and if you watch some of my videos, you will know that you are competing against the builder if you ever plan to sell your house in the next decade. If you buy a home in a brand new subdivision, yes, you're getting all the fancy rate buy downs from the builder. You're getting incentives. You're getting closing costs. You're getting the first person advantage of living in a home. You're the first person to ever be there. You're getting upgrades. You're getting appliance packages. You're getting warranties. So if you buy in these neighborhoods at the peak and you try and sell quickly, it's going to hurt. You know why? Because you're competing with a billion-dollar company. You're competing with the builder, and they have billions of dollars of inventory. You can't compete with that unless you're willing to take a huge loss. This is something that we deal with all the time. And I can tell you from personal experience, from hundreds of clients and homes sold, it is a problem, and people need to know this. If you're going to be here for less than 3 years, it is going to be tough to resell a new build home. That is an absolute fact. Section number 5, Northgate in the super expensive areas. Now let's go in the opposite direction. Northgate, Flying Horse North, some other luxury areas. Beautiful, amazing communities. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Flying Horse. But if you're stretching financially here, I personally think it's dangerous. Because people always forget that higher price point means bigger insurance bills, bigger utility bills, bigger maintenance bills, bigger HOA dues, and way more volatility in slower markets. Luxury markets can freeze fast. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story here. For example, I'm going to pick on one neighborhood. Granted, it is beautiful. Flying Horse is amazing, but guess what? Flying Horse is. It is a second to none resort community. Pools, gyms, golf courses, steakhouses, you name it. Well, let's say you buy a house in the Flying Horse community. What happens? Oh man, I would really like to go golfing. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be $1,000 because you're not a member. Oh, you want to be a member? It is going to be tens of thousands of dollars for the social membership, which is only $500 a month, give or take. Or you want the golf membership too? Let's talk about $15,000 to $30,000. They have discounts for younger families. They have promotions that go on. Whatever it may be, ballpark it, $15,000 to $30,000. And then if you want to golf, we're talking upwards of $1,000 per month. So Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones are all over the neighborhood, and guess who's trying to keep up with all of them? The people that buy in that neighborhood trying to keep up with the Joneses. So it can be a very slippery slope. So if you're going to buy in that neighborhood, just make sure that you have the financial backing. Section number 6, what I would personally prioritize if I was relocating here to Colorado Springs. Number 1, the commute. Look at the map. Go on Google Maps. Get with your real estate professional. Look at the development in the town. What is being put in the next 5 to 10 years? Number 2, the taxes. And I love this part because Colorado has the lowest taxes I've ever seen in the country. I have clients where they're living in Seal Beach, California, and they're like, oh, we could never move because we have proposition, whatever the number is. And I was like, wow, that is really cool. Your taxes never change. Yeah, we bought our house 30 years ago and the taxes are the same from the day that we bought it. But if we sell it, yeah, they're going to go way up. I'm like, oh my gosh, what were your taxes 30 years ago? Like $500? Like, what? $7,800? I'm like, I started laughing. I was like, guys, the house that we're looking at right now, $800,000 in one of the most desirable communities in town. The taxes were like $4,900. It was unbelievable. They started laughing. Wow, the taxes are really cheap. Yes, they are really cheap here in Colorado. So yes, pay attention because taxes could be $1,000 annually in one house. In another house, they could be $10,000 to $15,000 annually. Either way, it's a win-win situation. But $1,000 annually versus $15,000, big difference. Number 3, long-term sale. Selfishly, I always do this when I'm showing clients homes. They're like, oh, that bedroom will work out really well for Claudia. Oh, this kitchen, this is great for our stir fry or whatever they want to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. In my brain, can I sell this house in 3 to 5 years? If I can't, it is kind of a material fact for me to tell them, hey guys, if you're looking to be here for only 2 or 3 years, this might be a little tough for resale. Just want to throw that out there. We can crunch some numbers, but that's it. If you have any further questions about this, give me a call and we can do a deep dive. And number 5, buying a house that you can comfortably afford and not being house poor. And if that's not a cliche, I don't know what is. It is a real cliche because I have a lot of clients that have really extended themselves and they're not doing much. You know, they're not getting the car that they want. They're not able to go on vacations, but dang, they have a nice house. So you kind of have to juggle and play that game because Colorado Springs is amazing, but buying the wrong house can absolutely ruin the experience. There's 6 sections about areas that I wouldn't live in if I'm putting myself in a lot of different buyers' shoes. I didn't say any of those neighborhoods were bad. I didn't say anything wrong, but these are specific things about very specific neighborhoods that you should know and your real estate professional should be telling you. And I'll tell you what, we rarely and almost never work with buyers unless we do an initial buyer consult. I don't care if you're here. We don't care if you're afar. We're doing it over Zoom or over in person, and we're talking the talk, and we can usually knock these out in anywhere from 40 minutes to 50 minutes. They usually go about an hour, maybe more, depending on the buyer. If the buyer has never been in Colorado and they're living in Germany, yeah, we're going to be Zooming late at night with them. And then we're going to show them maps. We're going to show them everything about Colorado Springs, so experiences can vary. And like I always say, if you're moving to Colorado, anywhere in the state, or even Colorado Springs, if you want honest advice from honest people, give us a call at Beaton Brothers Property Experts. We've been doing this for years. We have hundreds of home sales, hundreds of 5-star reviews throughout the team, hundreds of 5-star reviews. Give us a call, shoot us a DM, comment on this video. Please like and subscribe. We are constantly putting out videos like this every single week to inform people that are buying or selling. We have seller videos. We have VA assumable videos. We have buyer videos. We have Colorado Springs videos. We have real estate videos. You name it. It's anything that has to do with buying and selling or anything to do with real estate, specifically when it comes to Colorado. But please watch the videos. We put out videos every week, like I said. Don't miss out, and we'll see you guys on the next video. This is Charles Beaton with Beaton Brothers Property Experts here in beautiful Colorado Springs.